But the moment he raised Agụba up, he released a very loud, long fart that smells so bad. In fact, what he released was a bomb. Umuagu is a village known for its strong men and women as well. If there was ever a success war story without Umuagu warriors mentioned, just know that the stories might be fiction or lies. The neighboring villages doesn't like competing with Umuagu warriors because no matter how hard they try, they will never win. The maidens from other villages loves visiting Umuagu village, not because the land is beautiful, but to see if an Umuagu warrior or even non-warriors will find them attractive and marry them. Because Umuagu men are not only warriors, they are also handsome. Umuagu is not only known for their warriors, but also they are known for their fertile soil and bountiful harvests. Every Afo market day, women from other villages flood Umuagu markets to buy foodstuff as it's always cheaper there. Hence the reason for the excess food supply in Umuagu. And any maiden from other villages that happens to marry a man from Umuagu is considered lucky and rich. Among the indigenes of Umuagu is Agụba, a bona fide son of Umuagu village. Agụba is a very lazy man with a very big belly, not out of sickness, but because of what he eats. He lives with his father, Mazi Okeke, a widower whose wife died years ago when Agụba was still a baby. And the death of his mother made him start eating adult food earlier than supposed. And some villagers said that was the reason for Agụba's love for food. Although Agụba is lazy and loves food and sleep, but the villagers loved him. Mazi Okeke is a farmer, and being a farmer, there is always food available, and Agụba, though lazy, he still cooks and eats. Whenever there is a festival in the village or a ceremony, you would always see Agụba coming first and leaving last. He would sometimes offer to help the women who are cooking. He doesn't joke with his stomach and his sleep. Although Agụba is lazy and loves food so much, he is also a warrior. And when I say a warrior, I mean a warrior that has never lost a battle before. Agụba is not strong-fisted. He fights with his weight and guts. Whenever people are fighting and Agụba enters, the fight will end immediately because his fart alone is enough to settle two villages. Ikogu is another warrior of Umuagu. He is a very strong man, tall, muscular and handsome, but always with a serious face. The villagers sometimes sit under the Odara tree at the center of the village, discussing about Ikogu's seriousness. A maiden once said, "The day Ikogu will smile, the sun will shine at night." An elder once joked, "Ikogu's serious face is his strength." Nobody have seen Ikogu smile, not even his best friend. One day, as Ikogu sat with his friend, Obina, under a shed, talking over a palm wine, Obina suddenly said, "Did you see what Agụba did at the festival yesterday?" Obina laughed. But Ikogu, not smiling, said, Who is Agụba? And why is everybody always talking about him? Don't you know Agụba? Obina asked, still laughing. Ikogu frowned. Of course he knows Agụba, but he was just tired of everybody singing his praise. "That short, lazy cow," he said. "What can he even do?" "Nothing, aside eating," he added. Obina looked at Ikogu, his brow raised. "He eats too much, yes, but he doesn't look for trouble. He is funny, in fact, the only funny warrior in Umuagu village." That statement, "funny warrior," triggered Ikogu and he stood. His frown deepened. Agụba is not a warrior unless he fights with I, Ikogu, and defeats me, he said, beating his chest. What the villagers did not know was that ETIKO loves being in the spotlight. And when he noticed that the villagers are always talking about Agụba, he got jealous. And the discussion about Agụba with his friend Obinna triggered his anger the more. He left the shed in anger. He was boiling, and at that instant, he made up his mind to start a fight with Agụba and defeat him, so he will be the center of attraction at the village as it fuels his pride. Agụba, who is ignorant of ETIKO's plan, sat on a mat in his father's compound, eating a heap of pounded yam and oha soup, when a message was brought to him that ETIKO challenged him to a fight at the Udara tree in the next 2 Eke market day. He was confused at first, and in Umuagu, no warriors ever declined a challenge to a fight. It is either they accept or they accept. So when ETIKO challenged Agụba to a fight, he didn't decline, but he was confused. He knows how strong ETIKO is, and he also knows he was no match for ETIKO, but he still accepted. The news spread the village like wildfire, and the villagers were excited, as that would mean premium entertainment and, for the women, new gossip headline. When the day came for the challenge, the villagers gathered at the Udara tree, waiting for the entertainers to come. And at last, ETIKO entered the stage and called Agụba to come and fight him. Agụba stepped out lazily. When the fight started, Agụba wanted to hit his hand on the ground, but released a very loud fart, sending the mosquitoes around flying away. That fart alone made ETIKO run out of the stage, making Agụba the winner. The villagers who were supporting Agụba rejoiced, but from a far distance. ETIKO became more angry. He couldn't believe he ran out of a fight because of a mere fart. Desperate to defeat Agụba, ETIKO challenged him to another fight, and this time the crowd that pulled up was ×3 of the last one. Even people from other villages came after hearing the gist of the last challenge from their friends. The Udara tree at the center of Umuagu was filled by villagers who came to witness the fight between the strongest warrior and the laziest warrior after the last one. When the fight started, ETIKO charged towards Agụba with all his strength. But the moment he raised Agụba up, he released a very loud, long fart that smelled so bad. In fact, what he released was a bomb, and ETIKO froze, still carrying Agụba, who was on the air. He staggered backwards, dropped Agụba, and he fell. The smell of the fart blocked his breathing for a moment. The villagers ran far away and was hailing Agụba from that far distance. ETIKO stood up after some time and left the Udara tree in shame. While the villagers hailed Agụba, giving him gifts, they were happy as ETIKO's pride is already suffocating them. The love they had for Agụba multiplied, and ETIKO, on the other hand, was ashamed of himself. He decided to loosen up so as to make the people love him, even a little, but the villagers were too busy with Agụba to even notice him. Thank you for watching this story. Please share with me what you think about this story at the comment section, and please, besties, do not forget to give me a thumbs up, that is, like, comment, share this video with your friends, and also, besties, please subscribe. Thank you and remain blessed.